Chad Holbrook, student athletes DC Arendas, Gene Cohn, and Tyler Johnson. Coach Holbrook, please make an opening statement.
Well, it was obviously a great day for our team. We played some great baseball for 18 innings today against some good dang players and good teams. And as far as the second game today, Tyler Johnson was that's going to go down in Gamecock lore as far as performances. That kind of reminded me of 2010 when we had some reliever that hadn't started a game named Roth, and we put him in there in Omaha, and he threw a complete game. But Tyler worked extremely hard, and I think he went into the outing today thinking he's going to try to get 3 or 4 for us and get us off to a good start. And I think the big old boy got loose, about the 4th or 5th, and he worked extremely hard in the weight room, put on a lot of weight, and that hard work enabled him to keep getting better as the game went on against a great hitting team. And it was an incredible performance because those guys can really, really hit and swing it. And heck, they got more home runs than most teams have doubles. So you hold your breath every hitter that walks in there. For him to do that against them, extremely impressive. But we had a lot of guys step up. Obviously DC had a great day. After Jonah got thrown out and played well again in the nightcap, and Gene got that big hit there that cleared the bases that started that 5-run second that kind of got the momentum in our dugout. So it's a great day for us. We played great, but like I told the team, we got to nobody's awarded us anything other than 2 games today. So we got to try to focus and get ready for tomorrow's game and play our best baseball tomorrow night. And that'll certainly be a challenge.
Tyler, Chad mentioned that maybe you went out with the mindset of only going 3 to 4. What was your mindset as you took the rubber for the first inning?
Well, I knew what kind of team they were. They're very aggressive, and they hit the ball very well. I was really just trying to go 3 innings, and then once I got to 3, I tried to go to 4 and then 5, and then I was able to find a groove there and get some hitters out. And can't say enough about our defense either. It hit some balls hard, and fortunately the guys behind me made some great plays.
DC, can you elaborate on what Chad said about guys stepping up?
Sure. I think everybody that was in the lineup today. Everybody that got in the lineup today contributed. You look in the first game, we had a number of guys come, off the bench, get a lot of hits. But that's what we knew we would have to do coming into today. You had the opportunity to play 2 games, and that was in front of us. So we knew that everyone was going to have to contribute, and we're going to have to do it again tomorrow. Wilmington's a great offensive team. So we're going to have to put together some quality at-bats tomorrow.
Tyler, when did you find out you were going to get the start tonight, and what was your reaction when the coaches told you?
It was in between games. Coach Myers came to the locker room and told me it was probably about 20, 30 minutes before game time.
Tyler, as your pitch count grew at any point in those last couple of innings, did you have to lobby at all to stay in? And second part, what was your adrenaline like those final couple of innings with the crowd going crazy and you trying to close this thing out?
Well, I thought that the 8th and 9th inning was kind of like my home has been all year. Those were just fun. As a lobbying, I didn't lobby very much. Coach Myers has a lot of confidence, and he knows that I can throw strikes in there, and thankfully he let me go back out there and just let things fall into place.
If each of you guys could take a turn with this one, Bride's collision into plate in the first game. Did that inspire you guys to keep playing well the way you were doing? It just seemed like after the collision, all of you were out on the field at once, ready to protect him. Just what did that moment mean for this team?
Jonah is one of the nicest kids on our team, so there was no malice or ill will in that play there. I think that's why everyone quickly jumped out there. It's an unfortunate play. He's playing hard. There wasn't really much he could do about it. But we'll get him back tomorrow, and he's a big part of our team.
Yeah, like DC said, Jonah, very nice guy. I don't see any. There was no like vicious part of that. Like, I mean, I think in all of our eyes, maybe their eyes, I could see maybe, but I mean, I don't know. We'll be happy to get him back tomorrow and see where we can go.
DC, just what was today like getting thrown in and having everything go right for you?
Well, you know, I was going to say, I had to apologize to Tyler about that.
You know how many times he saved my butt, though? Yeah, I mean,
you know, I think it's just something that Coach tells us every day, just come to the park ready to play. I didn't really think I was going to be in there that early in the game. But, you know, it was just your role kind of changes each day. You don't know what that's going to look like. But it's your job as a player to be ready whenever, you know, your number's called. So I was just glad we could do that today. You know, we're going to need a team effort tomorrow as well.
For any or all three of you, Chad said yesterday maybe you guys were pressing a little bit, but today he said there was a loose atmosphere when you got to the park. What do you think that was and what led to that?
Well, I think, you know, we knew our season's on the line. So if that doesn't allow you to, you know, just play free and to want to play your best, then, you know, then it's going to be difficult to play. Our first game, though, Rhode Island's pitcher did a really good job of responding after we scored some runs. So if you said we're uptight, that would take a little bit away from how well they played against us.
For all of you, just, you know, you lose that first game and then you come into tonight with them kind of in the driver's seat needing only one more win. Do you guys feel like you took the momentum away from them and have all of it kind of going into tomorrow's night?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we got a lot of momentum going into tomorrow. But we played great tonight, and hopefully we just try to flush this one again and get on tomorrow and do the same thing we did today.
DC, what has this team shown going from where you guys were, I guess, Friday night, pretty down to where you are now, winning 3 games in 2 days?
Yeah, I think the whole year we've known what type of guys we have in the locker room. We faced some adversity, which was good for us coming into this weekend. And Coach told us that, you know, our backs were going to be against the wall at some point. Obviously, we didn't want it to look like that after our first game. But, you know, we just made some adjustments, tried to be more aggressive offensively, tried to string together more consistent at-bats. And that's something that we're going to continue to have to do tomorrow.
Tyler, I don't know if you've thrown more than 50 pitches this year. How did your arm feel the later you got into the game, and were you surprised you were able to hold your velocity up to 93 or 94 in the night?
You know, I was trying to get 3 innings and to start off the game, but you know, I also knew that they could hit, so I tried to spot. And a lot of times when I try to spot, you can find a groove at a certain velocity, and I just was able to maintain that through the whole game. And really, the arm just got up when it needed to get up, you know. So it really wasn't that sore going into the later innings, but I'm feeling it now.
Chad, a couple of questions. Who do you look at to pitch tomorrow? Could Webb come back? Maybe Schmidt, one of the guys from reliever. And second, with DC doing as well as he had, even if you get Jonah back, do you look at maybe putting one or the other or both in the lineup?
Well, I mean, LT played great as well. And that was one of the neat things about our team is we do have some depth in the infield. And I thought LT was terrific, obviously, in the first game. And, you know, They all played great, but I'll just go with a gut feeling tomorrow and put the guys I think out there, give us the best chance to win that day. And the plan probably won't be much different than it was going into today. DC's going to be a big part of things, and he can help us win the game, obviously, whether he's starting or whether he's not, and so can LT. Who's pitching? I don't know. A bunch of guys probably tomorrow, and going to try to piece it together as best we can. We'll see how Webb feels tomorrow when he gets to the park, and Schmidt and Reagan and Widener and Reed Scott. We'll have some guys that can throw, and maybe all of them can chip in, and between 5 or 6 guys get 9 innings out of them. But I would think they'll all have some adrenaline ready to go tomorrow, I would think, with all this on the line. So we'll certainly see how they feel.
Chad, when you look at what you got from your pitching today, how close was this to your dream scenario, especially considering the circumstances?
Well, I mean, we're not guaranteed anything, but what we needed to get back in this thing and to have a legitimate chance is 2 incredible efforts. And we got one by Adam in the first game, and then obviously Tyler. We didn't use much pitching today as far as numbers are concerned. Now, we obviously used some bullets with Tyler and Adam, but hopefully the guys will feel better, tomorrow. If you'd asked me, hey, you got to win 2 games today, how would you draw it up? It would have been a bit like this, as far as having a good chance for tomorrow. And so we'll have some guys to throw at them tomorrow because of the performances of Tyler and Adam. So I don't feel like we're going to be shorthanded. Now we might have a number of different guys pitching different roles, but from an arm strength standpoint and an experience standpoint, I'm hopeful they'll feel well and we'll be able to, throw some decent guys at them tomorrow.
Thorburn was sitting up there earlier talking about how tough the atmosphere was for them tonight. How important when the winner-take-all game like this is to know that you have the home field advantage tomorrow?
Well, I think you guys, I might have complained a little bit and acted like a crybaby earlier in the year, but that's what a crowd can do to help us win, and they were terrific. Our crowds have been terrific the whole regional. They've been into it. They tried to help us Friday, and we didn't do our part. But they came back and cheered for us on a noon elimination game, and it was hot as blue blazes, and they kept urging our guys on. And then and while the stadium wasn't sold out today, boy, they were heard. And our players felt it and made it very difficult on our opponent. And hopefully they'll bring that same type of energy tomorrow. We need a loud Founders Park to help us win.
Just when did you sense this could have been a special night for Tyler? Was it early in the game, later in the game?
I had this feeling. Me and Coach Myers got in a little bit of an argument, between games, and he told me before the game, hey, if we can get the first one and we don't have to use Tyler, let's start him game 2. That was at 7:30 this morning, and then we got through it and didn't have to use him, and then I think we both started second-guessing ourselves a little bit because there was rain in the area, and we didn't want him to get up and throw 2 innings, and we started outguessing ourselves. So I read the lineup out, and I left the pitcher spot open. I said, fill it out, and he threw the lineup back at me. So I made a decent pitching decision tonight, I guess.
Coach, you obviously have confidence in both those guys, but when you get a performance like Hunter Taylor yesterday with the game-winning hit, the performance that Tyler gave you today, are those the kind of almost unexpected performances that could kind of resonate through a team and really give you guys that extra jolt in these 2 games?
Well, and don't write that down that it was all my decision to start Tyler, because it wasn't, because Coach Myers obviously wanted to start him as well. And but it was kind of a comical 2 ornery men arguing with each other between games. That being said, Hunter, 2 hits tonight again, and I got a soft place in my heart for that kid, man, because he's just handled a lot of tough stuff the right way, and we've had a number of guys contribute to the success of this year's team, and I couldn't be happier for him. Not only getting the big hit yesterday, but catching his tail off not only yesterday in the heat, but again today. Hey, it's not easy to catch 97 miles an hour, I can assure you, and blocking every ball that we throw in the dirt with 2 strikes, and then stepping up there and getting 2 big hits for us. So hopefully that's a mark of our team, that we're a true team, that we're not just, I don't think we have an All-American position player per se, even though Gene probably deserved to be on one or two teams, and maybe he will be before the end of the deal. But we just got a bunch of good players that like playing together, and hopefully that'll get us through this thing.
What was the kind of plan for Tyler? What did you think was realistic for numbers-wise and innings-wise?
Honestly, I mean, Coach Myers said, maybe he can give us 3 or 4. That was the plan going in, and but I honestly think he just got better as the game went on. He got loose. He got a little bit of confidence going. Tyler's got great command of his pitches, and he pitched this game different than he pitches when he's trying to close a game down because, one, they're a great team. You can't just throw one pitch. And, he doesn't use his changeup and his slider as much when he's trying to close a game down. He's just trying to blow it by you. Today he had to use everything, and he did. And he threw some great changeups in there and some great breaking balls. And, it was an incredible, special performance. I mean, the kid how much he's improved from last year to this year is a testament to him and only him and his hard work. I mean, because that kid has a work ethic like I've never seen.
Chad, you've been in the game a long time. You've seen this team sometimes draw inspiration kind of off weird things. Do you think the play at the plate with Bride in the first game inspired the team?
Well, other than, sometimes plays like that happen and boys will be boys and you get some excitement going and you forget about the pressure of that hand. And maybe in a small, funny way that relaxed our team because all of a sudden, the bench is almost clear and, everybody wants to stick their chest out and tell everybody how tough they are, and they forget that we're getting ready to play a very important baseball game, and for some reason they relaxed. And maybe that was helpful to our team. And then all of a sudden Jonah getting thrown out, maybe the win it for him because everybody knows what an incredible, nice kid the kid is. So they felt awful for him. And so maybe we rallied around him a little bit, and maybe we used that incident to our advantage some. Who knows? But all I know is our team played really, really good today. And we're certainly going to have to play that way tomorrow to have a chance.
15 RBIs with 2 outs today. Just talk about how critical that was coming through in the clutch and how important that might be come tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, if we struggle with 2 outs, you just have to have that in postseason play. That's kind of been a staple of our team and our program to get big 2-out hits and compete like crazy when you get 2 outs. And our plate approach got away from us a little bit from time to time. In both games, but especially the second game against the lefty that was doing a good job against us. But we did have some guys step up. And when things are going good and you're feeling good and you have some little mojo going in the dugout, sometimes 2-out hits and big defensive plays and double plays tend to happen. And just happened for us today.
Coach, you outscored the opponents today, I think 33-3. Do you feel like you have all the momentum going in tomorrow?
We won 2 games today, and they don't give us a trophy because of that. We have to win tomorrow. And I hope our players have some confidence and feel a little bit better about themselves today, certainly, than they did, after Friday night's loss. But, I mean, obviously you win 2 games in 2 days or 1 day, 3 games in 2 days and 2 in 1 day, and you play the way that we played, they should have a little momentum. But the old baseball saying, momentum's only as good as the next team you're facing, and that team that we're facing is pretty darn good. So we might feel good coming to the park today, but we still got our hands full with the great Wilmington team.